This is DMZ TV. I'm Tyson Dolynny. We've got a juicy scoop for you this evening. Oh man, okay, I don't know how to get to this one. Recently the Oilers signed Theodor Lennström, a guy out of Frölunda HC in the Swedish Hockey League, now signed to go play for the Bakersfield Condors, left-hand D, all that. Now the interesting part here is, if you didn't know, Theodor Lennström actually has an Instagram account, and that's where we're going to flip over to Ty here to get you the details on what's going on Theodor Lennström's Instagram account during this whole quarantine lockdown thing where hockey's paused and everything's going like that. Ty, what's the details? So get this. We're sitting there scrolling on Twitter today and scrolling through the Oilers hashtag and finding some news and trying to make some topics for today's show. And we found this one tweet from Beer League Heroes, a blog about the Oilers, and he had this really interesting tweet. It was talking about, as you mentioned, Theodor Lennström's Instagram account. And okay, yeah, you go over to Theodor Lennström's Instagram account, and on the show yesterday we had something about Puljujarvi getting traded for Lias Andersson in a first-round pick, and everybody talking about that. And, very good discussion, all that for Oilers fans, but hold on, Lennström, as you mentioned, signed by the Oilers to go down and play for Bakersfield. Well, right there, he's on Instagram with two other guys, or three other guys. You'll see the screenshots. I can get those up right over there for you. Just crazy. We were talking about this guy yesterday, Lias Andersson, and here he is the next day in Mr. Theodor Lennström's Instagram story. There's got to be a connection there. You can't not have a connection when you're talking one guy one day in trade rumors, and then the next day he's right there with a guy signed by the Oilers organization just hanging out. It's Sweden. They apparently don't have any lockdown rules. I'm not really clear on how all that works. Who really knows what's going on over in Sweden or anywhere else in the world? It's too hard to keep up with what's going on in Canada. But it's just absolutely crazy to think what's going on in Sweden when you've got a guy signed by the Oilers organization hanging out with who is rumored to be a huge... this has been going on for a long time, that Lias Andersson's been linked to being traded to the Oilers for a guy like Jesse Puljujarvi, but now you get fresh, renewed stuff on a Sunday morning about Lias Andersson and Jesse Puljujarvi, and here we are, lo and behold, on Monday you've got Theodor Lennström and Lias Andersson hanging out in an Instagram story in Sweden. So, Tyson, I don't know what you're trying to get to, but this is absolutely craziness to think that we've got this going on. So that's really it. You've seen the screenshots. That's all there really is to this story. But it is not coincidence. It can't be coincidence, can it? Absolutely can't be. There's absolutely no way. When, like I said, we ran that story yesterday about Puljujarvi being traded for Lias Andersson in the first, and not even 24 hours later or so, he's in an Instagram story with Theodor Lennström, who, as everybody knows, is signed by the Oilers organization. No coincidence. Absolutely. It's not a conspiracy either. It's got to mean something here. You check, and you can go through. I encourage everybody back home viewing to go through and double check Lennström's Elite Prospects page, and you go check Lias Andersson's Elite Prospects page. There is no playing kind of double over in their careers where they've played on the same team as far as Elite Prospects breaks down. So for us here in North America, well, what are you looking at? You're looking at something that definitely has to mean something, because these guys haven't played together. They're training together during quarantine, and they're both, in a sense, linked to the Edmonton Oilers organization. There is absolutely no way. You can't convince any of our viewers, you can't convince yourself, myself, that this is nothing but a coincidence. Absolutely not. No way. Tyson, back to you.